Welcome back, guys. We're going to be doing the front brakes on a 2004 Suzuki XL-7 2.7 liter. I already have the car jacked up. Loosened the front lug nuts on the tire before I got the tire off the ground. I'm going to use the impact gun now to take the lug nuts off the rest of the way. And just put them to the side. And after you take the wheel off, always never hurts to slide it underneath the car. Just in case the jack stand collapses or something, you'll be okay. So now, what I would normally do is, when I'm doing a brake job, I'm going to go in the car, turn the ignition on, and turn the wheel to the left. So this way, the caliper is facing out, and I can get to the bolts back here. So, let me go ahead and do that. Alright, so now as you can see, it makes it a lot easier to get to the bolts back here. So we're going to be loosening this bolt, this whole caliper will come out, and then also the bracket for the caliper is this bolt back here, and there's another one right down here. So we're going to go ahead and take them off. So that's a 14 millimeter to take these bolts out. Alright, and then the top one is a 17. So you necessarily don't have to take the top one out. I'm going to show you a little trick. Actually, while I'm under here, you can see I have a broken spring right here, so that's going to have to be fixed. The bolts out. Right there. you look at these pads, they're probably about 50% life still left on them. They actually look pretty good, evenly worn, so we know there's no problems with the sliders or the caliper or brake hose. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this up. So if you're looking here at these sliders, they get real gunked up from the brake dust and all. So you want to have either a wire brush or a toothbrush just to clean that stuff out, so it doesn't cause any problems down the road. Now you can also pick up new sliders as well. This pack was supposed to come with them, but sometimes you get people that go to the parts store, they'll take the stuff out of there and then return the box so they don't have to pay for it. But you could buy the clips without buying the brakes. So then I got a can of brake clean just to clean them off real good. If you look now, pretty clean, look brand new almost. Clean them up the best you can. You don't have to make them perfect. So, and then also I have, you can either use this brake lube, or they also make anti-seize. You could put that on there. Today I'm just going to be using the brake lube that I have laying around, and I just put a little bit there. A little bit there, a little bit there, and then I use my finger just to rub it in once I'm done. So, put it down for a second. And that just helps the pad to slide. Alright, and so the bolts that hold the caliper bracket on, I'm going to put a little anti-seize on them because they're starting to get rusty, and they do become a pain trying to get them out if they get rusted in there. So just throw a little bit on there, just so they don't snap inside there next time I do the brake job, or if I sell the vehicle, someone else does the brake job. So, alright, so we got all that lubed up. Alright, also when putting this back on, you can just kind of squeeze a little lube into these. Not much, because then it'll cause it to kick back out on you, and you'll be losing your mind trying to figure out why it keeps kicking it out, because there's too much grease inside there, or lube. So, go ahead and just put that on. And always hand tighten them first. And same thing. And these bolts, you want to make sure they're real tight, so I use a wrench to tighten them, double wrench it. And then I take the pads, put a little lube on the back here. Just a thin layer of it is all you need. And you just make sure they slide into the sliders there. Okay, that's one. And then we'll put the other one in here. Now these don't have no sensors to let them know when they're getting low on any of them, so. But if it was to have a sensor here, metal clip would be sticking off and like coming out a little bit towards the brake pad here. You would always want to put it on the inside of the rotor, because they seem to wear quicker than the outside. So, and then you just slide this in there like so. And then just like that, that's done. So then I'll take my caliper down. I put it up on the bungee cord, so because you don't want to damage the brake hose. So I'll take my C-clamp, open it up. I'll take an old brake pad and I'll do it like this. Alright, just turn it in like so. Now, if it gives you trouble turning in, the caliper might be locked up, so it might be best to probably replace the caliper if you can't turn it in, or if it's like really hard to turn in. So this is all the way in now, and what I'll do is I'll just take the brush across them just to make sure there ain't no loose pieces of rust. Alright, and now I already lubed in here, so this will get re-lubed, so you don't have to worry about that seizing up inside there. And just like that, it'll slide back on. Brake. Always make sure that you don't pinch your brake hose. I've had it happen before. Just make sure there's no pinches, or it's not kinked or twisted anywhere. This is a straight run, as you can see. So we'll go ahead and pick this up. A little dirt on it. Try to wipe that off. Alright, and then we'll just slide that back into there. And just always hand tighten it first before using the wrench or ratchet or impact gun or anything, whatever you use. Hopefully you're not using an impact gun, but some people are really good at them and know when to stop before they snap the bolt. So if you look right here, it actually has like a little hole in it now to let any excess grease come out, so it doesn't get caught up in here and like blow out the boot or anything. So it's pretty smart ideal. All right, and that's tight enough. And there you go, one side done. Now, if you have any questions or anything, not all the time is it a 17 and a 14 millimeter. Sometimes you'll have a Allen key size that would go in there, or maybe even a Torx bit, inverted Torx bit. Sometimes, like the older Fords, they have clips that hold the calibers on. But pretty much they're all like this now, front and rear, which is good. All right. All right, so I'm gonna put my tire back.